but it'll take you about 1 hour and 40 minutes to get to the picnic table. So it ends up being a big day. Most people don't do it. But the waterfall only takes 1 hour to get to. Here's the thing though, when you get to it, you can't see the waterfall. It goes over the cliff, and you're like, there's a 3-foot waterfall you can see. Like, ooh. So it's really cool if you just hike it, to hike around the canyon rim and then fly it. And you get up here, you can see the waterfall, you can do the hike.
Okay, this one's for Gabby.
Come on, everybody.
So the trail starts at the top here and comes down the ridge from the top. And then there's a pool in the back you could swim at, small. You see the people up there? That's where the trail begins. I want you to kind of notice how dry this is. Remember we were in the Jurassic Park falls, had ferns all over? The ferns are what burn off. They can't handle without the moisture, and then that exposes the soil.
Dreams that you dream of once in a lullaby.
Now we're probably the first helicopter out here today, which is a good chance to see wildlife. Doesn't mean you will, but nobody's flown over them to scare them into the bushes yet. So if you look around, like up in the grassy areas, they're beige color. You know what colored deer are. Look for that. You might see that in the trees. Or mountain goats. Mostly the mountain goats are black, and they're very hard because they just look like a shadow or a rock or something. You don't know that you're actually looking at them. But I always like to look in the grass areas right in here, see if you can spot anything. First couple flights, late in the afternoon, they come back out again. All the way down is the west end of the island. That's the parking stands, United States Navy Military Airfield, and the Pacific Missile Range facility. If you drive around Kauai, you might not even know those were there. They have a berm. They built a little sand hill, so when you drive it, it just looks like you're out in the plains there. And then you come to the end, and the road ends about right in front of us here. Something happens when you're down there. The road turns in towards the mountains. It makes just kind of a general turn, a 90-degree turn. When it does that, you want to be immediately ready to bear to the left, and then you can continue all the way out. But if you just take the turn and go all the way up to the base of the mountains here, the road to get out to the end is completely brutal. And people say, well, you can't do it. Yeah, you can. You just go back down and take the road you're supposed to take. And it's a gravel road, and it takes 20 minutes, 15 minutes to get all the way out to the end. There is a restroom at the end of the road, but you know how that is, the restroom at the end of the road, right? So you might want to plan ahead. I don't particularly tell people to plan to spend a lot of time out there. It is worth driving out there, taking a look at. It's big sand dunes, it's next to the cliff, it's cool. And you'll always remember that you went there. But if you spend time there, it's too hot. There's no trees. The trees are way up by the mountains, and you want to be down by the beach, so go check it out, and then go find one of the more stereotypical Hawaii beaches with the palm trees and all that. I had a friend, what he did is he made a fake chimney out of foam and some really light balsa wood, and he put bricks on it. It looked like your fireplace. And he took it down to the beach there. He put all his surfboards around it and his Hawaii, his beach life stuff. And then he got two girls in bikinis, and he stood there. They were in red bikinis, and he was wearing a Santa hat and his red surf shorts. And he took a Christmas card, and they wrote "Merry Christmas" in the sand under the cliffs. It was really cool,
Someday I wish upon a star, wake up where the clouds are far behind.
Coming up here, it's going to drop 2,500 feet into the valley below, known as Nu'ulala'aina. This is where the first Polynesians lived when they came here from the Marquesas Islands. Maybe up to 15,000 Hawaiians would have lived along the coast here. This is also fantasy looking, so this is where they filmed King Kong back in the 70s. Let's go take a look.
how you can't tell where the ocean ends and the sky begins.
Right? Just kind of fades off. Now people hike on the ridge directly below us, but a little bit higher than us is where the trail stops. That's called the Puhi Trail. It might be a little early, but there might be some people out here. I don't see anybody, but they come right out where the red dirt is on the top here, and they come down to the point. That takes 2 hours to get to there, from up on top of the Waimea Canyon. This is the Nepali coast. Pali, P-A-L-I, means cliff in Hawaiian, and Na is like an S, so it just means the cliffs, and you're on it now. Look at this. That's awesome. This is where they filmed the King Kong, right here. As we come out, Leo, Francesca, you can see on your side a very small coral reef. This is where they go snorkeling now. See the boats coming in? About 11:30, there'll be a whole bunch of boats out here. They'll leave, and then around 4:30, there'll be a whole bunch more. They come back. They do 2 sails a day. You can see the arch at Honolulu up ahead is going to be where they filmed Pirates of the Caribbean with Johnny Depp on Stranger Tides. This is also where they did the Hobbs and Shaw, right in here. You look below you here, Rebecca, you can see the open ceiling cave is a lava tube open to the sky. Let me take you back in this valley because there's no roads here. It's called Honopu, or the Valley of the Kings, but it looks cool to go in the back and look out towards the front. Now look at this area on the right. This is an area known as the Cathedrals, a series of razorback ridges. If you look down below you, Francesca, you can see the people kayak to Kalalau Beach.